If you have reached here, it's not by chance. The universe has chosen this moment for your hands to find this message. God whispers in your heart. Listen calmly. There is something important for you to understand today. The guardian angels have guided you to this video because there is a revelation waiting to be heard, and it speaks of love, time, and silence. Take a deep breath. Let the soul make space for what is coming. Write in the comments, where are you watching from? I want to feel the energy of where this message has reached you. There is a presence that still accompanies you. Even on days when the silence seems too heavy, there is a living memory walking by your side. That person has not left your destiny. They have just followed a quieter path. But her heart, even though distant, continues to send signals as if the entire universe conspired for you not to forget. Perhaps you have felt this recently, a song that plays out of nowhere, a coincidence that makes you remember, a feeling that something still pulses between you. These are not mere coincidences. They are small spiritual messages, echoes of what has not ended. The guardian angels know when two paths cross for a purpose, and even when there is a separation, they maintain an invisible thread of energy, a thread that vibrates in the silence, a thread that calls you back to the feeling that was born with truth. This person, yes, the one who marked you uniquely, carries thoughts that they do not dare to confess. There are nights when this soul turns to the sky and, without realizing it, pronounces your name in prayer. There are memories that do not fade, and hers remain lit like embers that time has not been able to extinguish. God observes all this in silence, and his silence is not absence, it is work. While you try to understand the reason for the distancing, the universe works behind the scenes of life, aligning what needs to be restored, healed, understood. There is something this person feels today, something you might not know yet, a mix of longing and fear. Longing for what was true, fear of getting close and discovering that time has changed what was once certain. Have you noticed how the heart sometimes seems like a closed window, but through which light still enters? That light is the good memory, the pure feeling, what the universe still keeps as a possibility. And this person, even trying to move forward, still feels this clarity shining inside. The universe is wise. It does not allow genuine feelings to disappear before fulfilling their purpose. Sometimes the purpose is union, other times learning, but always love leaves a divine mark. This person carries something they wish to tell you but don't know how. There are words stuck in the throat of the soul. There are regrets hidden behind cold gestures. There is a desire to return, but also the weight of not knowing how they will be received. And that is why, even distant, this person still sends you signals. Do you feel it? Maybe in dreams, maybe in sudden memories, maybe in that moment when the heart tightens for no apparent reason. True love never gets lost. It just transforms, waiting for the right moment to be reborn. God is looking at both of you now, and there is a certainty in his gaze. What is true does not dissolve, it only matures. This person has been reflecting a lot about what was said, about what remained silent, about what they did not have the courage to express. There is a gentle regret, hidden beneath layers of pride, but there is also an immense desire for spiritual reconnection, healing, peace. Maybe you have tried to understand why the distancing happened. Maybe you blamed yourself thinking you did something wrong. But the universe wants you to know nothing was a mistake. It was just the path that each soul needed to tread to learn to love with more awareness. There are souls that meet too early, before the exact time of emotional maturity, and so destiny separates them for a while, not to punish, but to prepare. And you who are listening to this message now are being prepared to understand something much greater. This person feels your absence like someone misses their own air, but there is something that prevents them from getting closer, something the universe is still working to heal. Old wounds, fears, insecurities, things that have no name but weigh in the invisible. And you, even without realizing it, are also part of this healing process. Your energy has been a beacon in the middle of this person's darkness. Even from a distance, they feel it when you pray. They feel it when you think with love. They feel it when, in silence, you send light. That's why the guardian angels brought you to this message. Because something is being realigned now at this very moment. The universe is moving energies, and what seemed stagnant begins to move again. Do you know that knot in your chest that you felt? It's beginning to unravel. The person who marked your path still keeps you in thought, and within them there is a timid hope, the hope that there is still time. That destiny might somehow cross paths again. You might even think you are alone, but you are not. There is an invisible web of love sustaining everything, and behind the absences, there is a plan. God is taking care. The universe is aligning, and the guardian angels are whispering courage into this person's heart. What they feel today is stronger than silence reveals. There is a spiritual truth calling for liberation, and that truth is that the bond between you two still exists, not as a prison, but as a sacred lesson. You feel this too, don't you? As if something is about to change, as if the wind is bringing back a forgotten whisper. This is the energy of the now. It is the universe preparing a reunion, whether physical, spiritual, or emotional. Something is being purified, and when the time is right, you will understand the reason for everything. For now, just embrace what you feel. Do not fight against the memories. They are part of your path, and the love that existed, even if silent, still serves as a bridge between two souls that have learned in their own way what it means to truly feel. Write in the comments. Do you believe that the signs we receive are answers from the universe? There is a shadow hovering between you. It is not made of malice, but of fear. The fear of being vulnerable, the fear of repeating old pains, the fear of getting lost once again in what is intense. This person distanced themselves because they didn't know how to deal with the strength of what they felt. Sometimes love comes so strong that the unprepared soul tries to flee, and what you call distance may actually be an unconscious request for time. Time to understand, to heal, to forgive. Their silence speaks. It speaks of the confusion between wanting and fearing. It speaks of the conflict between the mind and the heart. And while you miss them, this person tries to hide from their own reflection. God sees everything. He does not turn away when hearts drift apart. He just observes, waiting for the right moment to touch each soul again. And perhaps that moment is closer than it seems. But for now, there are lessons being learned in the pain of silence. You are learning to listen to yourself, to understand that love is not the absence of loneliness, but the conscious choice to walk together. And this person is learning to recognize that true love is not measured by fear, but by surrender. The conflict that exists between you is not punishment. It is a call to transformation. The universe does not separate those who were born to love each other. It only separates them to mature. But it hurts, I know. It hurts to see the indifference. It hurts to feel that the words got stuck in time. It hurts not knowing what will come. And it is at this point that the heart transforms, because it is in the dark that faith learns to see. Have you ever felt that someone pulled away out of fear, not out of a lack of love? That is the question the universe wants you to reflect on now. Fear is the biggest thief of true connections. It disguises itself as pride, silence, I'm fine. But deep down, it's just the soul trying to protect itself from something it doesn't understand. This person misses you, but every memory is like a mirror. And looking into this mirror means facing what hasn't been healed within them. That's why they pulled away. Not because the love ended, but because the wound still bleeds. And the universe, in its wisdom, does not bring two souls together while one of them is still bleeding in fear. In the meantime, you grow. You learn to love yourself in the absence. You learn to comfort yourself in the silence. You learn that loving also means allowing time to act, and that learning is sacred. There is a cycle closing, and when the new cycle begins, you will realize none of it was in vain. Not the silence, not the distance, not the tears that fell on the pillow at night. All of it is writing a soul story, a story that will bloom at the right time. The shadow that covers the path today is merely the prelude to the light that follows. And when that light arrives, the heart will understand what the mind never could explain. The guardian angels remain around you, whispering courage, urging patience, calming the heart. They know what is to come, and what is to come relates to revelation, reconnection, and destiny. But now is not the time to rush, it is the time to observe the signs. God is moving in visible pieces. And in the moment when everything seems confusing, remember, it is in chaos that the miracle organizes itself. Now take a deep breath. Let your soul open up, because the message this person carries, the one you fear hearing, is closer than you think. And when it arrives, it will change everything. Nothing will be the same as before. But maybe at last, everything will start to be as it should have been. Spiritual time has rhythms that the human heart does not understand. While you believed everything had ended, the universe was quietly working, aligning what seemed lost. God does not forget promises made in truth, and there is a promise between two souls that, even separated, still recognize each other from afar. The guardian angels now whisper a gentle warning. Nothing is truly over, just transforming. This person feels it, even without words, even trying to hide it. There is an internal movement, a memory that insists, a feeling that does not quiet. With each dawn there is a thought that returns, a name that appears without warning, a longing that cannot be explained. The universe awakens the heart in mysterious ways, and now this person starts to understand what they tried to deny, misses what was simple, the look that embraced, the silence that wasn't heavy. Yes, this person thinks about you more than they admit, thinks when the day becomes tiring, thinks when something reminds them of what they lived, thinks when the soul asks for calm, and the only place of peace is the memory. There is an energy approaching, a spiritual reunion, perhaps not physical yet, but real. The universe is allowing the souls to speak again, in dreams, in signs, in intuitions. Do you feel it? This vibration that visits the chest, this desire to forgive, this lightness that begins to replace the pain. It is not imagination. It is God opening the path to healing. And when healing begins, love awakens, pure, free, true. The angels show that this person will be touched by a strong memory in the coming days, a sign that will awaken something deep, maybe a dream, maybe a coincidence that doesn't seem like a coincidence. And in that moment, something will ignite within them. The heart that once hid in fear will feel nostalgia not for the past, but for the light that existed in both of you. The universe moves the winds, and the wind brings back what was blown away, but never forgotten. You need to be ready, not to return to what once was, but to receive what is being reborn on another level. God does not repeat stories, He recreates when the heart learns. Perhaps this person will never say it out loud, but their message is clear. I missed you. You will feel this in gestures, in looks, in synchronicities. The universe will prove to you that silence was never empty. It was just the interval between what you asked for and what God was preparing. And what He prepared is a new beginning, it is peace. Even if it doesn't come in the form of a relationship, it will come as liberation. You will understand the reason for everything, and the heart will find rest. Question for you to reflect on and comment. Do you believe that silence also speaks? Silence is the language of the soul, when words do not yet know what to say, and at this moment, the universe speaks to you through it. A greater plan is being written, and the next chapter begins with light. The time has come to breathe lightly, to understand that the end was never the end. The pains molded wisdom, the absences taught presence, the silences revealed faith. God never left you alone. Even on the nights when you cried, the angels kept every tear, and now they bloom. No distance erases what is true. The universe always realigns hearts that seek each other, even if only to recognize each other with gratitude. This person still thinks about you, and that is not weakness. It is a divine reminder of something that transcends time. But now the essential thing is not to wait, it is to trust. Trust that everything has a purpose. If something needs to return, it will return mature. If destiny follows another path, you will follow in peace. True love is never lost, it turns into strength, forgiveness, learning. And when you least expect it, this energy returns, perhaps in another form, perhaps in another face, but with the same essence. God is opening windows that fear closed, and the wind that comes through them is the breath of new beginnings. Embrace the new cycle, not with haste but with faith, because what comes after the silence is revelation, and the revelation is that you are loved, guided, and protected. The angels watch you tenderly. They know how much you've grown. They know that your light increased in the shadows. This is the victory, to keep loving even after the pain, to keep believing even without certainties, to keep smiling even after the tears. You are a miracle in motion, and the universe bows before your courage. No true love is lost. It just changes form, waiting for the right moment to bloom again. Keep your heart open. What is yours will find its way back, without effort, without fear, because what is guided by God is never lost in time. Silence will turn into answers, longing, understanding, and love, peace. A question for you to reflect on. What do you feel God is healing within you right now? If this message touched you, it is because the universe wanted you to hear it. Nothing was by chance. The moment you arrived, the phrase that moved you the most, the way your heart reacted, everything was guided by God and your guardian angels. Now is the moment to spread this energy, to give back to the universe the light you just received. Write in the comments, which word from this message spoke to you the most? It can be faith, hope, silence, destiny, healing. The word that springs from your heart is your sign. When you write, you manifest. When you manifest, you activate what you wish to attract. Write with intention. Your words move the invisible. If you felt peace, leave your like. Each like is a vibration of love that helps this message reach those who also need light. Share with someone who is going through a similar silence. Maybe this message is the hug that person has been waiting for days. And if you wish to continue receiving messages like this that heal and inspire, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. Each video is a meeting of souls, and if you got here, it's because your soul needed to hear this today. Take a deep breath one last time. Feel the calm that enters. It is real. It is yours. May God bless your path. May the angels watch over you, and may the universe always guide you to where love is true. Nothing will be the same, and that is a blessing, because the new that comes brings light, healing, and purpose. If this message made sense, leave your like, share it with love, and write in the comments the word that spoke to you the most. The universe is listening, and your word today transforms into destiny.